And we are live. Welcome to Sacred Voices Live, you all. Woo, 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 woo. Now, I do like to do a little call and response. It changes every single time. Can I get a woo? Decent. Can I get a woo woo? Yeah. Sacred Voices is an all encompassing space for all ages, and I'm super excited that we have we have a youth with us this evening. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself. My name is Sarah Day. I'll be your host this evening. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you to everybody streaming. Um, Today is Second Friday, so that means we are live. Everything will be recorded this evening. If you do not want to be recorded, friendly reminder, just let us know. We're not going to force you, twist your arm, or anything like that. If you could follow my finger here, we have a camera right over here. We have a camera here. We have a camera in the back there, and we have one over there in the corner. Now, the only reason I point those out is because if you do need to get up to use the restroom or get some water or anything like that, we just don't necessarily want to see the back of your head, so if you could just be mindful if you're able to do so. Thank you again so much for being here. Now, Sacred Voices empowers BIPOC youth to find their voice, embrace their culture, become community leaders, and promote artistic expression here in the Denver metro area. We will get more into the performance spot times and everything like that, but I really want to get us into our pre-show artist by the name of Ember Rose. Now, I had the pleasure of hearing her sound check before the show, and she sounded incredible. I gave her a bit of a compliment in my mind. I'll wait until she listens before I say it on camera, but absolute talent, and I'm super excited to bring her out. Now, our opening act is Ember Rose. Ember Rose is a singer-songwriter and harpist who weaves raw emotion into ethereal soundscapes. With a background in classical harp and a love for creating, expanding, and exploring, she crafts songs that are both intimate and expansive. Her writing has influence in a wide range of genres, ranging from classical, art pop, folk, improvisational, and alternative electronic styles, offering listeners a window into vulnerability, resilience, and transformation. Please, you all, give it up for Ember Rose.
Thank you. Glad you guys are here. I think this will be fun. This first song, it's called Echoes. So deep, will you dig them up to stand alone on your 2 feet? But what's your story going to say? Is it written in the stars? Or are pages added day by day? grow in the new, to leave behind the weathered and worn. What's your story going to say? Is it written in the stars? Or are pages added day by day? Echoes of days gone by, whispered by the wind. Echoes of days gone by. A dense fog is thinned. Echoes of days gone by, whispered by the wind. Echoes of days gone by. Hidden fire, light my way. Show me more so I can find a way. It's time, my mind is free. Resurrect the fire in me. I'm bleeding out from both hands now. Cut free, free to hear the wind howl. I'm bleeding out from both hands now. Cut free, free to hear the wind howl. A window into my mind when I'm dreaming. Protected space in time for healing. I'll be alright, but can you see I'm struggling? Catch me at twilight, I'll be dancing on the moon. Ooh. Golden light, touch my skin. I know where I'm going and where I've been. Green fields reach skyline. Open space for me to take flight. I'm bleeding out from both hands now. Cut free, free to hear the wind howl. I'm bleeding out from both hands now. Kite free, free to hear the wind howl. A window into my mind when I'm dreaming. Protected space in time for healing. I'll be alright, but can you see I'm struggling? Catch me at twilight, I'll be dancing on the moon. This next song is called Nature is My Home. It is a song written from the perspective of a tree. And that last one was called On the Moon. Nature is my home. From a seed I've grown, moving with the wind, my branches stretch and moan. Sun-kissed are my leaves, casting shadows with ease. Majestic is my aura, grown in grace each century. For I sing to the skies, day and night, light. The sky supplies me with life, rain and light, light. Ooh, ooh, I'm higher than the atmospheric gas. So climb and push past doubts. Quieted, open-minded, I'm higher than the atmospheric gas. So climb and yeah, I feel joy within. I'm a force, you can't break me. I glisten golden. Yeah, I stand erect, steadfast. Nothing will get past my shield of smoke and ash. 'Cause I seem to have found myself again among self-deprecating. I seem to have found myself again among self-deprecating lies. We push past doubts, quieted, open-minded. I'm higher than the atmospheric gas. So climb and push past doubts, quieted, open-minded. I'm higher than the atmospheric gas. So climb and Thank you. That's all I got for you. Thank you.
The lovely Ember Rose. Ember, can you please let them know where they can find you on social media or any upcoming events?
Yeah, so you can find me, well, it's spelled like this, EMB, the number 3 Rose. I have a couple songs out on streaming platforms, which I'm planning on putting more out. I just a little bit slow on that. And you can find me on Instagram. And and then if you are ever interested, I play in a salt cave. I play meditation type music, so the instrumental stuff that you're hearing, kind of like that's more improvisational, and I do that in a salt cave at a spa once a month. So that's like a reoccurring thing I do. It's called 5-Star Salt Caves, if you want to look it up. I'm playing there on the 26th of this month. And then I play weekly on Wednesdays at a little speakeasy. It's called 12 Spirit Tavern in Capitol Hill area. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Lovely. Give it up one more time for Ember Rose. Just beautiful. Absolutely lovely. I had asked prior to the show beginning, and Ember let me know that she started playing the harp when she was like 10 years old, right? So that's pretty incredible to like see a part of her journey. That's super awesome. Well, my name is Sarah Day. I'm your host this evening. Some of you have already been introduced to me. For the rest of you guys, how you doing? How's it going? Thanks for coming out. Super excited to have each of you here. We do have our open mic sign-up sheet right here in the middle. If you want me to pass it around, I'm more than happy to do that. But feel free to put your name, your pronouns, something fun about yourself. That way we can get you up here and you can share what makes your voice sacred. Now, I do want to remind everybody, April 18th, which is actually next Friday, that will be our Writers' Room open mic and workshop over at Lighthouse Writers Workshop, which we will get you that address. I know you were curious. We'll be having a writing party, so feel free to bring your friends, family, snacks, and games. Come hang out. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, of course. The Writers' Room is our revamped First Friday open mic. There will be writing prompts, the ability to get feedback, and an open mic. There is a QR code on each of these screens. Now, I have to point that out for the simple fact that you can use that QR code to request your footage. You can use that QR code to donate to Sacred Voices. You can use that QR code to just see if your camera is working on your phone. Thank you for the chuckle. Performance spots this evening will be about 5 to 7 minutes. Now, I am the host. I will signal you from the back of the room if you're going well over time, but I will try to be mindful of letting everybody get their words out because that's what we are all here to do. But please just try to be mindful. Don't get into like the 10-15 minute range because then it gets kind of awkward. Aston will come from the back room. He does have a cane and he will drag you. Thank you for the laughs. Now, we do have some new faces in here. The faces that were in here, I introduced them to my energy by doing a woo, and then we did a woo-woo, which is just times 2, right? You remember that? So now that we're all here together, can I get a woo? Woo! Decent. Don't be too scared. Now we're going to times that by 2. Can I get a woo-woo? Perfect. Now that we are all here. Friendly reminder, the show is recorded. Some performances may be shared on our social media, and the show will also be edited and aired on public access TV. That's right, PBS, where you see Big Bird. Thank you for the chuckles. Now, when it comes to mic technique, we're actually going to get another mic and mic stand back out here. Thank you, Avery. Please give it up for Avery, one of our lovely, lovely producers in the back. We have a whole team back there. It's quite the riot. When it comes to mic technique, please, please, please do not hold the mic like this. This is only something you see in the movies on VH1 and MTV back in the early 2000s. It's the wrong way. We hold it like this and project into the mic because we can adjust you in the back, but we'd love to hear you right here locally as well, or here in the space. What else do I got for you guys before I get out of your face? We already pointed out the cameras, but for those of you who are just joining us, there's a camera right here, one right here, one straight to the back, and one in that corner. If you do need to get up to use the restroom, get water or whatnot, we are not holding you hostage. Feel free to move around freely. Just be mindful we don't want to film the back of your head, right? It looks lovely, I'm sure. I can only see your lovely faces, but please. Thanks. Let's see if there's anything else, guys. I guess I'll get more into this as we move along throughout the show. Who's feeling brave enough to do like a drum roll? Does anybody have like the power in their feet to do like a yeah, like that? There you go. Oh, little feet. Now, if I call your name and you are not ready, that is okay. Sometimes people do not want to be first. Come on, move those feet, move those feet. Is it raining? Let's see. Dominic, do you feel like you're ready to come on up here? Yeah? Come on up here, Dominic. Please show some love to Dominic on the mic.
Can I take this off?
Absolutely. Whatever makes you comfortable. Feel free to move the mic stand, whatever you need.
Okay, perfect. Hi, hello everybody. My name is Dominic Bernard Francois. Here with my daughter, Peyton Rain. So I'm gonna run through these quick reads. I'm gonna go into the first one, called Medfield. It's a poem about how my parents gave me a long talk about trying the Medfield. There's a whole lot of money in it and stuff like that. So, all right. So I'm under the knife. I'm in somebody's hospital. I don't know why. All right, Medfield. Nothing to see here. This is what I get for counting up while I eat food, while going over scripture and living right, in hopes that those actions served as prayers, prayers that turn what I consume into what I produce, and not what landed me under this knife. As money counters purr till they count out pink. Yeah, money, see like you, I think of the prayers against me. From the scorn, disgruntled, from the smiley, especially, see, that's when I count on you, when feeling negative, when feeling irrelevant. That's when I'm loving your rhetoric. The root of all evil, the root of all evil that keeps me from wondering where heaven's been, because keeping you is bliss enough. The curse and the medicine, healing and treatment. Build more hospitals with you, throw parties on the roof. Night nurse has been working doubles and are deserving of you. Spending you like my stamina, treating you like my endurance. For the love of your edification, for the love of engines purring. Money, you supplement religious practice, represent my efforts and the power of my prayers enacted. Do not let them talk about you without crying joy for the good that you do. Paper wings or carbon fiber wings of risk. We all count on you, not on what those that corrupt you think. May money counters continue to purr till they sound out pink. Poem. All right, and the next one's going to be called Veins of Lightning. Again, don't mind me if I'm going a little bit too fast. I'm just trying to keep under the time limit. All right, so see, I'm really into urban agriculture, like agriculture sciences, all that cool stuff. And lightning often reminds me of like roots to different plants, you know what I'm saying? They have like a similar look to them. So I did this thing. Lightning strikes a tree, burning a few neighboring plants, shocking plant life down to the roots, like long-lost twins finally reintroduced. So many questions, so much catching up. Did your mother used to kiss the sky, get evicted from a cumulus cloud? Did your father plant many seeds, burying his past in the ground? Did he playfully call you Sprout? Did he playfully call you Sprout? Did she call your name with thunderous sounds? I knew one day we'd meet again, you looking like her, I looking like him. So many questions, so much catching up. Your anvil-shaped home, me growing from the mud. Who knows when we'll meet again? So here, let's take a pic photosynthesizing. Because your type don't like to strike twice on the same horizon. Mom's old, pop's old with miles of separation, leaving it to us to bridge the gap of reconciliation, being the twin veins of lightning that we are. All right, and this next one is called Growing Home. Growing Home is actually the intro to a podcast I've been trying to get done for like a year. Once the situation is right, we'll go ahead and do it. Growing Home. As I retrace my roots, it goes and comes back as drawings of you, it goes. As the one drop finds we, it grows. Let the one drop find you, it goes. Newborn green, breaching the golden brown. Growing home is loud, loud as a big tree. Falling with no one around, making a thunderous sound, leaving you wondering how. So much can come of such a small seed. Retracing roots, newborn green. And it goes and goes, so it goes and goes. Thinking of yawning. When thinking anything of my phone, I reach for the scroll. When thinking anything of smoke, I reach for the roll. When thinking anything of us, I reach and erupt until the morning arrives and the encore is us, thinking of yawning. This next one's called The Pressure is Precious. Talking to you, Pressure. Need you to know that you're treasured. Need you to know that without you, I'd always come in second. I put a ring on her heroically, symbolizing the fact, teaching you my step, teaching you my dab. You taught me perspective while expecting the unexpected, taught me how to make use, cherish, and respect the PSI in every second represented on my wrist. The pressure situation that wants you bad, but wants to be appreciated and used to blaze paths, used to make diamonds, make squirt guns like the inventor, slow cook food, tasting as precious as pressure, used in the clutch, weaponizing the tool, convincing onlookers that there's no such thing as pressure, as precious as you. And this one's called Poem Compulsion because I have an issue with poetry. I can't stop reading it. So, the scalpel writes cursive, stories of a surgeon and life changing endurance. The paintbrush writes Arabic, stories of similarities within those differences, arithmetic, and variance. Phases of the moon, right with depiction, stories of tonight and tomorrow's journalism. The blowtorch writes Mandarin, stories of wisdom and proverb, realization and exhilaration, fading off the page, into the interpretation, leading to a twist that leads to a cliff, suspending predictability until further notice. 5 senses serving as memorabilia for the hippocampus, reading the reader from a place of understanding. Thank you. Thanks, guys. This is my second time here at Sacred Voice. I'm gonna try to be here as much as I can. Please follow me on Instagram at dom_f.x. I have a calling card, a digital thing I'll pass around. Please give me a follow. Thanks.
Yeah, please give it up for Dominic.
Poetry, commercial poet. I'm trying to promote the market.
I love that. All right. Thank you so much, Dominic. Dominic is a commercial poet here in Denver, and we look forward to seeing you at more Sacred Voices. You are always welcome. All of you are all welcome. I just love that you had the courage to come back up here. That strong high five. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Be proud. Be very proud. Welcome back. Of course. I only got 2 hands, so I'm kind of struggling a little bit. Let's see. Fun fact. We served over 1,000 people in our workshops and open mics last year. That's a lot of people. If every one of them became a monthly donor at $7 a month, our organization would be fully funded with no need for grants. Fun fact. Donating $5 a month to Sacred Voices costs less than 1 coffee per month and ensures that our organization is community funded and will be around for years to come. Again, please feel free to use that QR code. Now, Mary Kate, how are you feeling right now? Feeling good? All right. Mary Kate is an amateur trying to be brave. Let's help her be brave. Come on up here. Give it up for Mary Kate.
Thank you. Yes, I've literally never done this before, but this feels good. This feels like a safe space. I do want to thank Sacred Voices for doing this. I have been following them for a little bit, and I was like, oh, this open mic sounds really cool. And I see that's really part of the mission to kind of uplift voices that have historically been suppressed for a long time, right? BIPOC, LGBTQ, young people. And so I messaged them on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this open mic sounds great. Sounds like something I want to be a part of, participate in. Just full disclosure, I am a cisgender, heterosexual, very white woman in my 30s. Like, is it cool if I'm here? Can I come? And they were like, yes, absolutely. Everyone's welcome. So thank you. It is a very welcoming community. And I just love that we live in a world where, like, I gotta ask, like, is this cool? I will take that on behalf of my ancestors, right? And straight people everywhere. Okay, I don't really have a plan. I'm just gonna dive in and start reading some stuff. And hopefully I don't think I'll go too long. I don't have that much to read. So this first one's called Loudly. It's about, like, when you're in the car with a friend and you're like, oh, this is my song, and it's like really quiet. They won't turn it up, It's kind of about that. I'll never trust fully someone who listens to music quietly. I prefer it to pierce through me almost violently. There's no better feeling than a song that consumes you, wakes you up from a silence like it resumes you, reminds you that there's things in this life meant to move you, releases the voice trapped under high stakes, high frequency shakes, stagnancy escapes. Music is art, and art is made proudly. If you ever hear my art, like in this moment right now, I hope more than anything that you listen loudly. Thank you. Okay, speaking of being a 30-something woman, this one is about wrinkles. I think some wrinkles are sexy. Tiger stripes on women with tails, who earned their dark spots like battle scars, who took the back door through the kitchen to get to the bar, calling you honey with an unplaceable drawl dripping from lips like a cigarette rolled with cracked eggs and concrete and not a leaf of regret. Don't ask her boring questions like, what's your favorite album? But she had a fling with a bass player once and she'll tell you all about him. Her crepe paper lips open wider than most, fine lines dive deep off a stark western coast. Not much for routines or creams before bed. She's burning her midnight dreams instead. She's dancing to her memories like symphonies in her head. She's sparing no crumbs with a hunger unfed. Yeah, I think some wrinkles are sexy. Some threads are better off unraveled. You keep your skin made of glass. I've always preferred gravel. Thank you. Okay, this next one's pretty new. I I just finished it today. I went through a divorce and fell right into a situationship with a fuckboy. Can I say that? The little kid's not here anymore. My therapist says that's really common, so maybe somebody can relate. But this is what that's about. You were a timely fantasy that danced me through the worst, and in the end of the trance, that's all you ever were. Stitched from my imagination, not formed from trusted earth, my own karmic initiation, my own painful rebirth. I felt deceptively seen by those eyes made of glass, like a stained-windowed cathedral, your inner emptiness vast. Just the outline of a man that I colored to my whim, just a box that needed filling that you fit neatly in, just a figment of dreaming that lingered when I woke, but so soon did the pigment fade away into smoke and mirrors and haze and false promises of future days, and I hung from the paper moon until thinning thread broke. It was all just a painting, a masterpiece, I will say. It's almost a shame to just throw it away. But in the end, that's all you proved to be, just compostable paper scrapped together for the decomposing pleasure of your maker. And now, you're just dirt. Fresh worm-ridden soil, fed with my dying hurt, while I am newly blooming with newly saturated self-worth. Still holding the paintbrush, the trowel, the pen, ready to create something much more real than men. Thank you. That one felt good. Okay, this one is about breaking generational patterns, which may be something we can all relate to. It's called Family Tree. Happiness is selfish. Suffering is life, she says in her father's voice and his mother's before them, the omnipresent, ominous Catholic anthem of the Irishmen. a cycle of the deepest commitment to commitment. And here I swing freely from vines, following different directions, seeing different perspectives, hoping those after me may plant new roots, find their own truths. Maybe I'm what our tradition needs. Maybe this cycle was meant to break even if it breaks me. Maybe chains of women have been begging to break free. Maybe I was born to be the key. You may not recognize me, but I was put on your tree, made from your same wood, and I'm growing, I can and I want, over generations of you should. And my happiness is not selfish, my suffering not in vain. I was born to bend the branches, bring balance to our name. The children under my tree will dance wildly in the rain, and the heavens will rejoice, every father and mother, knowing this is what was meant for us, our true tree uncovered. Do I have time for one more? Okay. I have to find it on my other document. My stuff's kind of messed up. Hold up. Tomorrow is a full moon. I don't know if there's any other witches in the audience. All right. So I have one about that, if I can find it. 1 second. Yes, it's a big one, girl. It's time. It is time to release the people pleasing. Venus is going direct, though. We are learning. Okay, outline. I'm sorry, I was not very prepared. You guys are great. This is so fun for my first time. Thanks. Oh, I got it. Okay, cool. Sorry. This is a quick one. There is a stillness in the skies. Once you notice it, you take it in with glowing, naked eyes, a milky white orb burning like bleach, cleansing, extracting all that needs to be released. That black tar energy in the tiny dark corners, the unwanted sojourners, those lingering mourners. Make your small piles of debris with a folded Sharpie sign for pickup, please, donation to the dark side. A vintage imposter syndrome made from a scattering of scars, a lack of motivation, debilitating hesitation. Please return to the stars. And every month it comes again, a chance to recycle through, to give yourself up to the gravitational pull. We overflow to let go when the moon is full. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'm really excited to hear everyone else's, and I'll see you probably next Friday. I want to come to that one too, and I'll see you next month at least.
Sweet. Please give it up for Mary Kate. I just want to pause for a second, and once they're ready. Oh, she's busy. Now, fun fact. I'm just kidding. These open mics have always been free, and they will always be free. That is the fun fact. That's it. That's it. Happy full moon to you as well. Of course. Now, Nick, are you about ready? Yeah? Please give it up for Nick. They are a poet experiencing new open mics. Welcome. Welcome, Nick.
Let me see. Get this off. There. Yeah, so I'm here somewhat serendipitously. Just kind of saw this and was curious. I do a couple of other open mics. If you aren't aware of them, there's an open mic every Monday at Corner Beat, hosted by Q. It's lovely. You should come. We always want more voices. And one at the Mercury, now the Pearl, going on every Friday. So there's always places to get your voice out there. I think community is really important right now. So I'd say for myself, I write a lot of poetry. I started writing when about 4th grade, wrote almost continuously, and then took like a 5-year hiatus and just started writing again back in December. So this is some relatively new shit. All right, this poem is entitled Brass. It's 2008. I'm 11. Alone in the basement, my bare feet sink slightly into the rough, thin, black carpet, which covers the erstwhile concrete and cascades like a tarry waterfall from the warm house above. Streaming down a channel between eggshell white walls, illuminated by glaring puck lights, a chic modern river deposits me in a dim basin. The light here bears a slight amber hue, and the walls branch out into a vast chamber, the emptiness eating every sound but my heartbeat. I sit in the center of this space. I can feel the distance of the walls like ropes around my arms, quartering me. Below me is a hard stool. In front of me is a spindly black music stand, a frail squire humbly presenting a page of sheet music printed out on A4 paper, immaculately centered on the lectern, staring at me. I reach down beside me and crack open the silver latches on a hard black vinyl case. Sitting in that felted nest is a brass trombone. Little fairies of amber light stretch across its surface. I sit up as straight as I can. I anxiously wobble as I try to balance on the stool and brace the trombone on my shoulder. I put the heavy mouthpiece to my lips. I can feel the cold kiss suck out my warmth. I can taste the cocktail of petroleum vapors mixed with the musty scent of bacteria. I attempt to buzz my lips. I can feel spit humidify the ecosystem of the mouthpiece, and a rasping, bassy chortle rolls down the instrument. My head throbs and my eyes swell, in response to the flat, scratching sound that claws its way out of the horn. I rigidly attempt this ritual over and over again, my small arms pushing the slide through the heavy mud of friction, moving like a puppet with rusted joints, lacking in both time and tone, each note a pathetic travesty. Only I can hear these guilty sounds. I've been exiled here, into the cold, remote lands of the basement, because no one wants to hear this music. My soul bellows through those brass chambers, bleeds into the chalky air of reality, and I can see its hideous form upon my ears. Through the reflection of sound, I stare back at myself and I see why I am here, alone. I feel within the music of my soul. I can hear immaculately the radiant choir that seeks to burst forth, to be seen and bathe the world in resplendent light. I wish I could take up my horn, that I could blast pure and beautiful sound that would shatter the shackles that bind me here into fine dust against the azure blue sky. And a clean tone would reverberate through my soul, my penance done, my shame washed away, my form pure and ready to be loved. But that radiance does not pass the brassy gate. As soul transforms to breath, I see the sound, broken as I am. My muscles tense. My heart grows heavy. The fire of frustration burns within me. The soul that wishes to be seen, pulled down by the gravity of my inadequacy. My eyes well with tears, and I cry, when will I be beautiful? It's 2025. I'm 27, alone in the basement of my second-floor apartment, my feet pressed down onto the hardwood, and my fingers glide across the keyboard of my laptop. I glance outside my window. Black shadows run like a river between chalky concrete walls. I hear the music inside me, muffled by so many years in that basement, like a record with grooves worn thin by the sands of time. I feel my arms still bound by rope to the space around me. My head still throbs to that discordant sound. I think upon so many failed loves. I try again to sing my radiance and rasp out with hideous mutation. I'm alone in the basement, and I cry, when will I be beautiful? Thank you. I don't know where I'm sitting at. All right, we'll do a little happier one this time. This poem, and I think many people might kind of relate to this one, is about seeing people that are like up here performing as artists, and once we're done with our performance, you get to see us as like a normal person, and you're just like, wow, that's kind of wild, but so humanizing at the same time to see that it's a person behind all these amazing things. So this poem is entitled Interruption. Dear poet, your voice is golden like the angel's call, and thunderous like the raging bull. I look at you and gape in awe. My soul, my ears, my eyes do see a saint with halo shining sonically. You rain those honeyed words upon the world, but after some time, the record skips, and showers part for vacant skies, and from your lips escapes an your brow furrows, and you turn your eyes upwards to heaven, where your words do lie. If just for moments we wait together, and together we are as one, bereft of the coming line, my enraptured vision of your divinity shatters. The flecks of multi-hued mosaic glass cast rainbows across the room as they cascade upon the floor. Sitting there, nestled in the bed of razor rainbow flowers, is the most hideous and most beautiful thing I've ever seen. A child huddled there amongst the glass, vainly attempting to fit two pieces back together, wondering why the music stopped. A child that learned that to be listened to, you had to have something to say that somebody wanted to hear. A child that found words to sound cool, to sound smart, to impress, when all we wanted to do was fall apart. A child that learned the world's best vanishing act is to stand in the middle of a crowd and say something clever. So when you run out of things to say, when the curtain falls and the world sees that it was all just pretend, in that moment you're alone again. But it wasn't all pretend. You turned the lump in your throat into words that would stop hearts. You found God in the confines of a lonely room as tears crashed down into the fragile pages of a composition notebook. You summoned choirs of angels to extol the virtues of so many beauties left just as forgotten as you. Written upon graffitied walls and dust-filled gutters, you found the gospel and proselytized its words. From the darkness there was light, and you could bind the world with your radiance. You found words that made you a saint. You found a shield against your insecurities and became a perfect image. But you're not perfect. No. You are more beautiful than that. You are human. And in the moments of your silence, when you feel all alone, when the darkness slips out again, I see myself for a brief moment. Not a poet that does better work than I could ever make, but a human just as confused as I am, weaving our journey into beauty, finding the guiding light in the gloom. You are not perfect. No. You are more beautiful than that. You are a human. You are a mirror. You are hope. Thank you.
No, thank you, Nick. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And going back to the poem prior to that, you are so beautiful, Nick. Come on now. And I hope that you will continue to expose that beauty to yourself. Truly. Truly. So thank you for sharing. Briefly, Mary Kate, I wanted to go back to you for a second. You said a line about like a paper moon and the string, and you put you're an amateur trying to be brave, but just embrace that energy of being a professional because like you just did it, you know? And then Nick, real quick, you said my form, paraphrasing, my form is pure and ready to be loved. You guys are dropping metaphors, and that's what I'm here for. Moving right along, Drea, how are you feeling this evening? One more person? You got it. That's all it takes is one request. Jalen Rose, how are you feeling? You think you're ready? You gotta make your mind up? Okay, you wanna go back and forth? You wanna flip a coin? Oh, okay, true. I love that. No, it sounds like you're decisive. Please give it up for Jalen Rose.
Peace, everyone. Oh, wait, I want my glasses. I'm so sorry. Can I grab my glasses?
Do, 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 do. I'm just kidding.
Peace, everyone. Yeah, I gotta make some adjustments. Do you mind? Y'all mind? No? Do you mind?
Whatever you need.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I was ready. I mean, I am ready. You know. Thank you. Yeah, I want to kind of. Oh. All right. Let's go. I want to tilt this a little bit. Okay, this will work. Thank you. Okay, peace, everyone. My name is Jalen Rose. I am a spoken word artist. I really just have a passion for anything with passion. I live in love, I live in peace, and I honestly preach that to everybody I encounter. I also speak on being very vulnerable and real and true to who you are, because honestly, you owe it to the next person because they owe it to you. So I'm just going to choose some random ones. Okay. Sorry, I am prepared. Yeah, I am prepared. Okay. I'll do the one I know then. I used to think I needed a situation to provide inspiration, like a muse or vocation. Tried to fathom an explanation of why I do what I do. Unconsciously, it's true. In reality, all I needed to do was sit back and relax and enjoy the view. Roll one and sip some and eat some good food. Silence my subconscious mind and really take the time to be me, be free, and as fly as I could be. Now, I just write. I catch flights. I look up to the moon. New name, butterfly. I've metamorphosized and bloomed out of my cocoon. Stepped out of the box. Don't judge me too soon. I'm a Leo, baby. I got fire. I'll blow up any room. Right in your face, but forever low key. Accepting what's new and not blending with society. Chasing love and inner peace and avoiding hostility. Looking within as my purpose is now unleashed. Thank you. Period. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys an option. Do y'all want to do something about love? Actually, you know what? We're going to do something about love, but I'm going to give you two scenarios. One scenario is the highlights of love, the happy, the glad, the positive side. And the other side of love, the heartbreak, the tiredness, basically the opposite. So can I just get for positive and then the opposite? Okay. Let's find her. I apologize. Can I do two more? I'm sorry. Two more? Okay. Ew. Love be a game. The kind you play before you know the rules, before winning or losing mattered, before keeping score meant keeping distance. My love be kinetic sand. Anytime you fold, I mold into you. Press, pulls, shapes, shifts, hearts lift, pushing and pulling to the rhythm of us. Never breaking, only bending, never slipping, only shifting, making room, making space until we are endless. Our love be pizza party Friday in grade school. Worked hard for, got stars for, never knowing what comes next, but knowing I worked hard for you. Looking back to the time before you knew me, I swore to everything I knew I would not catch cooties, but the boys who knew me weren't you. If boys got cooties, then baby, I want to get them from you. Close your eyes, count to 10, but I'm not hiding from you. Since you came around, you've always known what to do. Instead of running and hiding, I chose to make room. Spinning the bottle, fate dizzy between us, lips waiting, hearts racing, a game or a promise? The world tilts and yet it always stops on you. Seems we were chosen before I even knew you. They taught us vows, how to sound them out. A, ask me anything, I'll always answer. E, every little glance electrifies me. I, imagine infinity, I'll invest in us. Oh, only you, over and over and over. You until forever unfolds, us unshaken. I don't know why you do these things to me, but it seems to be our lives together is destiny. If you be Marco, I'm your Polo, calling out names only you know. Your voice ricocheting through my brain nonstop. No need for that buzzing, you are my alarm clock. Waking me up daily with visions of you, daydreaming, always thinking of you. Now it's like spades. You always seem to have the right number. Give your most, not your last, and if you can't, I'm acting fast. You call, I come, magnetic, automatic, like tides to the moon. Like songs stuck in tune. A game? Maybe. But losing's never an option when your name is the only answer I ever want to call back. Love be a game. Thank you. Now, since you guys did not want to do the opposite, I'm going to do the opposite right now. Okay? Because I don't know what else to do, and it's speaking to me. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the regular meeting of the Love Defect Disorder Support Group. My name is Jalen Rose, and I am a hopeless romantic. Let's open with a brief moment of... I'm sorry. I'm going to restart. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the regular meeting of the Love Defect Disorder Support Group. My name is Jalen Rose, and I am a hopeless romantic. Let's open with a brief moment of silence, followed by Sierra's prayer, if you so please. I remember back when I was a kid, I was watching Hallmark movies with my grandma. Yes, Hallmark, the channel where love is predictable, loyal, wrapped in flannel, and Christmas lights. I should have known then that ain't the love I'd come to know. See, I once called it loyalty when I let a man lie to my face. Swore up and down it was love because leaving felt like failure. Because real love is supposed to endure, right? So I stayed. Through the silent treatments, through the I didn't mean it, through the gaslit, guilt-ridden apologies that only made me feel crazy for noticing the change. And I almost lost myself trying to be everything he needed while starving myself of what I deserved. One day I was at work, 2 pitchers of water in my hands, hadn't eaten in days, and I passed out. Not because I was weak, but because I was too heartbroken to stomach anything except the lies I was being fed. And you want to know the wildest part? I still wanted him to pick me. I still wanted to believe love was enough. Love defect disorder. Side effects include heart palpitations, over-explaining, justifying what should never be justified, convincing yourself you're happy when your soul is screaming otherwise. But I am in recovery, relearning what love is supposed to be, not something I have to beg for, prove myself worthy of, or lose myself trying to keep. Not a drug I chase for one more high before the inevitable crash, and I'll be damned if I pass out again over a man. Now, let's open the floor. Who's next? Thank you.
Give it up for Jalen Rose. So Jalen, you weren't coming to play at all. And I love the dichotomy of what's going on with love and how you can be a hopeless romantic, but also show the other aspect of it. So thank you for sharing what makes your voice sacred. Of course, yeah. Always come back. Always come back. Every second Friday we are here down at Denver Community Media. We're so happy to see your faces here in the physical. We also stream online, so thank you to everybody streaming online. Feel free to scan that QR code. There's some surprises when you scan it. Now, Drea, I know that you needed a moment, and I want to honor that, but I know you have a lot of heat ready to go, okay? But I'm gonna break up the energy for you real quick, because I want to be mindful of our feature artist, Mix J, who's getting ready to come up. We're clearly separated here, right? We got a group over here. We got a group over here. There's more people on that side. That's okay. This side of the room will probably make a little bit more noise, challenging them to do so. This side over here, can I hear you say, ooh? Spooky. This side over here, can I hear you say, ah? They don't sound too refreshed. One more time. Say, ooh. Getting spookier. Say, ah. Okay. Now, if we put that together, it'll be like a ooh, ah. And it'll create a little bit of a pulse, thus clearing the energy, clearing the space, getting us ready for Drea, because we want her to feel all the love, don't we? Yes, we do. So on the beat, because I know we all got some rhythm. I can see it in your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Ah. I can't hear y'all. Not too spooky. We're just clearing the space. Ah. One more time. Come on. 3, 4. One more time. They're getting weak. Yeah. And with that being said, Drea, now that they got all their giggles out, you ready to come on up? Please give it up for Drea.
All right. Can you hear me? Cool. Bear with me. So I'm going to do this in the form of song. Okay. Just get into it. Floating but still drowning. Don't feel like I'm amounting to what I've been set on earth to be changing, but nothing has changed. The sun set again. The train left the station. Existing, but trying to take space, yeah. Floating, but still drowning. Don't feel like I'm amounting to what I've been set on earth to be changing, but nothing has changed. Okay. Now, one more. Okay. Accepting the end. Commencing beyond what I thought would last forever. Over and over again. I've seen tape can't fix what's beyond broken. I've been lost so long, hoping my heart will guide me home. Now that I know pain is inevitable, take me to the place of healing, to what I call home. Home. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Drea. How you feeling? Don't make me ooh and ah again. Come on now. Thank you so much for sharing. We love our singers here. We love all performers of all different shapes, sizes, types, and backgrounds. Now, this next poet I had the pleasure of meeting here at Sacred Voices before. And it's always great to see recurring. So, Drea, I hope you come back as well and keep exploring your talents with us. I would love to see it. Mickey J, are you ready to go? I love the what's up. Come on, what's up is you. Please give it up for Mickey J.
All right, let's see here. Let me put this down for the little people. I'm like barely touching 5/4, so it's just like It's been a journey. See, there we go. There it is. Yes. So, my name is Mickey J. I'm from essentially everywhere. I'm an Army brat. I've lived in a couple of places, but Denver has been my home because this was the location where I was born. So, I mean, the artistic community here is a one top-notch chef kiss. There's people that come here from LA and places all the time here, and they help me to not take my state for granted. So, just wanted to impart that upon everybody. Can you hear me? There we go. There we go. There we go. That feels good. There it is. Which is a great segue into what I wanted to just start with. My current projects, I'm really trying to immerse myself into poetry. Like, I've started this when I was 8 as a storyteller. I wrote my first one when I was 12. And then I combined storytelling and poetry into commentary after Def Poetry Jam used to come on TV. So, nowadays I'm trying to elevate into slam poetry. Slam poetry is memorization without looking at the phone and, engaging with the audience, like really making my art a full immersive experience. And so tonight, I am going to start with a poem that I finished that I'm going to be headlining tomorrow at Families Forward. This is awareness for Black maternal health and infant mortality. And so let us begin, shall we? All right. When a baby is born, so is a mother. They say birth is beautiful, but for Black women, it can be a battlefield. A war zone with no sirens, just silence and statistics that scream louder than our cries. We carry life, yet risk our own to deliver it. Not in low conditions or squalor, but in bright lit hospitals, where pain is dismissed, ignored are our hollers, and bias wears a stethoscope. White coats that sugarcoat, assuming we easily cope, an incorrect assessment of our pain threshold. She says, I don't feel right, and they say, you fine? No. Serena, Beyonce said it. They nearly died. How do you trust a system that hears your heartbeat but not your voice? How do you cradle a newborn when grief rocks you harder than any lullaby? Black babies die twice as much. Not because we don't love them right, but because the system doesn't love us right. Postpartum baby blues, stitches, preparation H, dermablast, nipple cream, cocoa butter, stretch marks, and disconnection of an unfamiliar body. I know I had a firmer arse back there. There's too many tombstones shaped like cribs, too many prayers whispered in waiting rooms, too many warriors buried under white coats' indifference, but we rise. On the strength of doulas, the wisdom of midwives, the rage of mamas turned advocates, and sisters who speak our names in rooms where policies are made. This womb is holy. Black is not an absence of color, but presence of its every spectrum and warmth of life. It is a crown. So when I speak, know that I am birthing revolution with every line, because silence is violence and has taken too many. And we are done dying quietly. All right, this is good news. If y'all are applauding, this means this will work for tomorrow. Because when they hired me, I'm like, oh, most poets know this when they asked to do, like, as your poetry and as your spoken word slam, however you designate your craft evolves, you're going to have people that become immersed in your story and inspired, and they say, hey, can you come speak at our event? It's okay to let your gut drop. It's all right. But it's all right to say that, from personal experience, that you can do it. Like when you write and become that laureate that writes for other people and shares your stories and let people just immerse themselves into your art, like it's very rewarding. So when that time comes, y'all, just grab the opportunity with both hands. Don't be scared. Be brave. All right, what will be the next one? Ooh, okay, let's do something about love. So I wanted to just say right quickly for Sacred Voice, and sorry, Dave, thank you so much. Just thanking everybody for the space, for everybody showing up here, just everything that's in this room, because voices are sacred, especially in this time and age right now where we have a lot of strife just around us. And what makes a voice sacred is, for me, it turns heads, it catches eyes, it turns hearts to ears. And I said here, the signature of all who create cures with their words, where they see, they hear, they taste, they scent, and they feel, and they dare to be heard. So that's a dedication to everybody that's come on that mic today. So I want you to remember that. All right. Oh, and I said, lastly, the signature of your story to be heard by those waiting to write theirs. So what makes your voice sacred is transmuting all those emotions, that pain, that good, that bad, that ugly, that beautiful. And so I want to close this one out with one that I recently wrote. So another part of me is that I'm also a tarot reader. I love tarot, astrology, poetry, bit of nostalgia, 80s, 90s, 2000s was one some of the best eras. Don't argue. No, I'm just kidding. And I initial all that as tap in. So that's definitely just something that I like to put myself in. Today I was supposed to make a post for Fortune Fridays, but I came here instead. And I did a reading on love. I have a new oracle deck about what holds you back in love, whether it's romantic, whether it's platonic, whether it's family, whatever have you. And so I have a little piece that I created before I got here. There you go, new shit. So without further ado, here we go with Love, Take 2. Don't let tapes of heartbreak keep playing on repeat. Keep them playing on repeat until your love ever after. Through the aches, letdowns, lover you tried to replace, tears and legitimate fears you've had to face. You witness those in their forever chapter, joining in their stories and laughs through all their similar disasters. Something in you still knows and persists that love still exists. So stay out there. Eject movie nights of failed dating scenes, because somewhere the one awaits to join you in the last laughter, to bless you with the cinema of a better chapter and a better happily ever after. All right, everyone. So that's my time for today. I'm doing a whole bunch of open mics. I'm definitely going to attend the features this coming Wednesday. She definitely invited me, so y'all go ahead and tap in on that one. I'm going to be in LA this Sunday. What else is there? I'm in Detroit. I'm basically going around. So if you want to keep up with me, I'm at It's One Dope Girl, #1 on Instagram. So it's the #1 Dope Girl. I will follow you back. I do mutual follows. I support everybody. And other than that, let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to leave with y'all? No, that's pretty much it. DOPE stands for stay determined, optimistic, persistent, and exceptional. I love you guys and thank you.
One dope girl you are. Thank you so much for sharing. And I actually don't recall dope being an acronym, so thank you for sharing that. I love that. All right. Hopefully everybody's good. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, make sure you got that blood circulating. It is time for our featured performer, the one and only, the unique Mix J. Our featured performer is Mix J. They're a full-time artistic and exhausting experience. They wrote this, not me. A full-time artistic and exhausting experience. Maker, drag performer, poet, dancer, and all-around show-off. They're delighted to make art other people enjoy. A poet since 2011, Mix J hosts 3 open mics monthly. Please speak more on that when you come up here. They've released 1 round of their first poetry book, which they made from scratch themselves, and has ambitions to dedicate more time to publishing this year. If you'd like to get connected for more of their art and events, please follow them at m.x.x.x.j on Instagram or connect with them in person after the mic. Y'all caught that triple X? That's funny. Mix J, please get up here and please give them a warm round of applause.
All right, come on, 5'4" person. Good job. Yes, you got it. Hi, everybody. Bonsoir. Buongiorno. My name is Mix J. I use they, them, their singular pronouns. At least you got the neutral pronouns with the they, but I do use they, them, their. Yeah, I am excited to be here. This has been my favorite so far. I don't know if it's like coincidental because I'm here that it's like the best, but y'all better show up to my open mics too because I'm gonna want to hear more from what y'all have to share because that was amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna like I used to do this when I did features more often, but I want to do some breathing exercises before we get into the bullshit. So I don't know if you're familiar with box breathing and that kind of stuff, but I like to start. So I count to 4, and then you hold it for 4, and then release for 4. So or like in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, and then 3, 2, 1. So everybody, if you want to join in, you can close your eyes, get situated, get grounded. I used to do this with my students too. It was amazing. They loved it. So nothing else. They didn't love anything else, but they loved that part. Okay. All right. In for 4, then hold and release. Three. In for 2. And 1. Okay, let's get into it, bitches. All right. Yeah. Right? Breathing. Who knew? Anyway. When it's over for me internally, I don't make a peep. Because what if they do something that makes me change my mind? That makes me think, wait, maybe this time. They're pretty, so I should want them, right? They actually want to communicate and show up. That's what matters, right? I can get over their fun personalities or lack thereof. Their looks don't matter. But what if their personalities don't come with user manuals? What if when they talk, I don't listen? My libido has no idea what's going on. Oh, the places I won't come. All right, thank you for listening to that one. I think it's very ironic because my loved ones that made it literally last minute, this is like inspired by that kind of bullshit. So it's perfect. I was going to read it anyway. I wrote this one May 15th, 2023. It's a bit of a longer one, so yeah, enjoy, I guess. Also, I'm not going to do too much in non-English languages today, but I do write in all of my languages, which is 6. And so if you come see me more, you hopefully will hear more of that. But this one's titled Incompetence Pandemic. Devo fingere che è normale sentirmi così, solo, conoscendo così tanti umani. So I'll translate real quick. I have to pretend that it's normal to feel this way, alone while knowing so many humans. I'm trying to be more like the people I'm angry with. I'm trying to be more like humans, whom I hate. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes that when they're tired of walking in, they take off. They don't walk and think. Eventually, when the time comes, it'll feel so much better to take them off, but I can't right now because I promised someone we'd go on a walk. I tried to imagine being tired and sleeping. I tried to imagine being hungry and eating. I tried to imagine being overwhelmed and then alleviated. I try not to be neurotic and insecure. I try to imagine being okay. That just because they can't make plans today doesn't mean they never will. And if they actually don't, that's meant to be okay, right? It's okay to waste people's time. We exist for each other when we wanna. We're only as lovable as a convenience store to one another. Drunk people love me. Welcome in at 1 a.m. I'm going to choose to believe that you were just busy for a week straight. No time to deliberate while you're active on Instagram. There's nothing creepier than someone viewing each of your stories while not calling. There's going to be a lot of this today, y'all. And that's because, as you say, you are allowed to ignore messages for days. For your mental health, you can't bear to show up. And that should be okay. I'm going to choose to consider you not being, these are quotes by the way, not being able to make plans with yourself I haven't been out since before the pandemic, as truth and reasonable and the way I should be too. I'm going to be okay with you being okay with not speaking for 2 months and nothing supposedly changing. I'm going to treat you like the child you clearly are because I'm going to believe you can't read. Since when you ask me when and where the event I'm doing right now is at, I'm just flabbergasted because the flyer has been posted and sent to you a multitude of times. I feel like I'm just wasting my time. I'm going to choose to ignore your messy-ass room as a sign. I'm going to see you sleeping for 13 hours at a time as just a symptom of living life. I swear someone had better fucking died. In fact, it better be you. I wrote that one today. I added that today. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Just girly things. Anyway, I'm going to choose to see your forgetting about our plans as no one's fault but your dumbass brains. And then really, I can only blame myself because I like that bad head. I'm not going to notice that you stopped responding at the precise moment I suggest we take this offline. I'm not going to notice that you didn't offer an alternative. I'm not going to take it personally. I'm not even going to take it systemically. I'm going to choose to always be the one to reach out, to plan, to coordinate, to check in, to be okay. I imagine being okay. But no one around me can show me what that looks like. It's like someone invented happiness to sell you more life and then said, psych! It's funny because when you complain or agree with me, I just have to nod when you say, oh my God, yeah, like communication is like so important. I'll smile when you say, I would never ghost someone. I'll hug you like there's no way. Everyone has problems, and you were mine. You know, I don't know, you could have easily marked it down in your calendar. I dive into your deep oceans of compliments and come up grasping for real love. You know, I find it hard to move on because my feet are planted so firmly on the ground when meeting someone. I leave people slowly, so like the relationships technically last a long time. When I will no longer cry for you, except at your funeral, I'll be so overwhelmed, unable to contain my relief. Baby, I had to add this disclaimer because, baby, this poem is about a multitude of people, and you weren't even mentioned in it. But if you say you heard me and are sorry, well, if the shoe fits. All right, that's that one. Ooh, sexy stuff. Okay. Continue. That was faster than I expected, so okay. Might have some last minute additions. Actually, let me take a sip of water, y'all. Okay. This one's titled, You Don't Want to Know What I Think. After the other one, I mean. All right, this one I wrote February 10th this year. It's very relevant. According to the world's governments, I am a 2-time immigrant. But y'all know you can't pin me down. New city every month. I'm just a person who fucks humans. According to the world's governments, if they actually bothered, that means I am queer as all fuck. Agender, non-binary, trans, get gendered both binaries every day, pansexual, non-monogamous. As myself, for once, I am truly scared. In ways, in a country I never thought I would be. When we spoke of the USA amongst my friends at school, They would joke and say, "Oh, you mean," literal quote, "where everyone is fat and stupid?" Don't even start with, "Then why are you here?" I like art. I like having fun. I have privilege that makes existing here tolerable if the year is not 2025. You know, in a lack of boredom kind of way, because I get to be a full-time artist. But yes, sometimes I think I should get on a few planes out of here permanently. But there are problems everywhere. And less fun events. And less thriving communities. Less resources. I grip my 3 passports and I wish I could throw them all into a fire, because that is what all of this is, a dumpster fire. Piled up and lit by a humanity that breeds itself unnecessarily, abuses, rapes, and murders innocent animals for food, whose bodies are the most polluted coal. But it's always the humans that have the match, the flame. And I don't mean in a civilization kind of way, I mean barbaric. Pest on this planet. Whether they're white, Americans, Europeans, Africans, Black, Japanese, Swedish, Turkish, human First Nations, Native Americans, First Peoples, Palestinians, Israeli, Ugandan, Italian, Chinese, Antarctican, we all feel a sort of ownership when we run our Ancestry.com. But as I always say, social constructs won't save you. When you say, "Your English is so good," I have to inform you, yes, we actually learn the languages we take in school for 2 years. And where I did, we had to learn at least 3, or we would fail the year. I'm exhausted. If every day of my life, which I do, I have to hear, "Where are you from?" because of my chosen name. "I don't know, Brian, where are you from?" "Oh, never mind, I don't want to fucking hear about Iowa," wherever that is. Even if it might be bigger than where I technically immigrated from. Or, "My family's Italian." Yours and everyone else's, Rachel. The fact that I could tick off so many of the boxes on the American census, and the most accurate would be white, is proof that this country needs to get a grip. We are all mixed. We are all from the same place. We created this hell on earth. But when you have to literally drag your own baggage and not have it passed down to you through generations, speak to me then. Because I don't mean your breeders. I don't mean someone you've never met or the ancestors we all uncomfortably forget we share. I mean you, yourself, getting off that plane or boat or van last week. A lot of us immigrants, regardless of skin, I've noticed have a softness, a quietness to us. Unlike America, who was brought up to be loud and rambunctious, self-centered and passive-aggressive, us immigrants literally can't afford to be that way. If we're loud, we risk everything. Our green cards, turning our skin green with envy. To be able to speak freer than us, now that's a privilege many look past. My family told me this a couple of weeks ago. One wrong move and all that work will have been for nothing. The American dream. Always and forever, the recurring nightmare. Working hard just hurts different. 'Cause some days, you know what, Mary, I do mind deportation. The fear is real. I'm proudly a nihilist and anti-natalist, and the reason is in the humanity. I'm simply realistic. I know what joy looks like and making the most out of what I have. But no planet can have its cake, and humans too. Thank you. I know, right? Metaphors. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun stuff. Okay, this one I wrote in when I was trying to prepare for this a little bit, and it's just funny. This is kind of where my mind goes every time I have like a feature or even I want to write something new for an open mic or you know, if y'all know Jazzatry and Punkatry, like for those events too. So yeah, I gave it a title. I'm not happy with it, so I'm not gonna bother you with that. But this, I wrote this yesterday. I will. You better. You better. That is not new shit to me. New shit is if I wrote it like as I'm going to bed at 4 a.m., which I did yesterday. Okay. So here I am, right, taking a stroll down repressed memory lane. My poetry a shovel, just digging for sadness to write about. This strikes me as kind of creepy. I'm looking within me to find inspiration for poetry. Like, think sad thoughts. Think sad thoughts. Question, does life really imitate art? Or is life fucking tired of being written about? What if my poetry is actually trying to sabotage me? You ever think about that? Saying if I don't write something about what I'm going through, I'm not doing life or poetry right. At a certain point, I tire of extensions, branches out in all directions, reaching for connection. Life is the biggest distraction. But I can hide in my poetry because I created this little evil world and I'm its only resident. That's what I have for that one. Thank you. Looks like I have a couple of minutes, so I will do this one that was a maybe, so yeah. Haven't read it in a while. I wrote it 2 years ago. Cheat on me and your belongings will become ashes as you know it. Cheat on them and you'll wish I wasn't so tech savvy. Cheat on me and you wish you never met anything you ever loved. Cheat on them and you'll wish you never complimented my mouth. Cheat on me and you'll remember all our memories as mistakes. Cheat on them and you'll wonder why. You'll wonder what's that chill on your spine. You'll wonder, is the air really that crisp? You'll ask, what did I do to deserve this? I'll say, you were fucking born. You say, you're not even monogamous. How could I cheat on you? You had sex without condoms, and I did not consent to that. Groundbreaking. I had no idea you cared so little about me. You'll still feel like you did nothing wrong. And that's true if did is sex and nothing is you. I fell for it like I fell for you, reluctantly. Cheat on me, and I'll bust the windows out your car. True story, twice. All right, thank y'all for listening. That's what I got for you. Yeah. This was wonderful. I would love to see y'all at the mics that I host starting this month. Also, happy National Poetry Month, if you didn't know. Now you know. It's like a different level of exhaustion when April hits. I'm like, okay, now I gotta pivot really hard for poetry. But yeah, starting in April, I host open mics that are also potlucks in Commons Park. And the next one will be, or the first one of the year will be next week, Saturday. So not this one, but the 19th. And then I do host 2 other open mics. We're postponing till May, the 3rd Tuesday's one that I host at M&D Artistries, which is on Santa Fe. But next Wednesday, we'll be back at same cafe, 7 to 9. Well, 6:30 sign up, 7 to 9. Yeah, come eat some, food that you either can work for or pay what you can. It's been amazing, and yeah, I'd love to see y'all there. If you need a refresher on my Instagram, it's just MixJ, but like that was taken, so I put dots between all of the letters. I should come up if you just type in MXXX and then the letter J, but feel free to connect with me after this. Yeah, thank y'all so much.
Now wait a second, Mix J. Yeah. Yeah, you already knew the assignment. Give it up one more time for Mix J. I know. Would you like to share any more? I know we started a little late, so. Yeah, if you'd like to. We got time today. There you go.
I just like I've read this a couple of times in the last few weeks. That's why I didn't add it to this, but I thought about it. Different vibe. I guess I wrote it December 31st. So yeah, poetry does not sleep in my world. It's titled The Three W's. My tomb will read, loved making art for others. When I die, who will write my poetry? I can make beauty out of misery, but who will cover me in flowers? I had a poem come to me as I slumbered, but will I be joined by any when I don't wake? When I die, who will make my clothing? I made this, by the way. This was just for me, but if you want anything made, hit me up. Hit me up. Who will create my art that needs to live on much longer after the ones on people's bodies right now inevitably fade? Not too quick, though, because it's good quality shit. Okay. So what? What on earth will people do when I can no longer serve my purpose? What will I do without the only love I feel I deserve? That's it. That's it. that's how it ends. How just cut me off whenever, I guess. But this one was like originally what I wanted to kind of add to and have for today. So the incompetence pandemic one is like I found that today and was like, you know what? That's like similar vibes. But this is like a little shorty that I wrote yesterday. It's communication complainer. Another day, another opportunity to complain to humans about their poor communication skills. If you don't pick up, you will miss the beach. True story. On Monday, I was in Miami. Didn't pick up. And they were sad about it. One thing about me, oh my God, and I read this to like one of the people that's been making me feel this way yesterday or this morning at like 4 a.m. We were in the car and I was like, you know what? Let me read you something. One thing about me is that I either won't chase you or I'll complain the whole time I'm chasing you. Grade A nagger. 90% of the time I'm communicating, it's to complain about your communication. I had 2 people this week apologize for it. Child, hold, child. No. Enough with the apologies. Ugh. You read the flyer wrong or not at all. This is not the first time. So you can decide. Either I give you head or a headache. That's that one. That's that one. Is that good? Is that a way to end? Whatever you want.
One?
Oh. Ghosts. Yeah. I mean, duh. But yeah, okay. I didn't feel like reading this one specifically for this, but I was gonna read it soon, so this will work. I wrote it on the 7th. I was in Miami for a week. It's one of my places that I go to every couple months, so you know, different inspiration than when you're in Colorado. You can't like how often do you write about the ocean? I have so much poetry about the ocean though, so it's like really I gotta like pull at myself to write some more. The waves hit different when you're not alone. When there's no silence to be found, when it's just partying and music all around. When it's late in the morning and you're inside someone. But most of all, when the wind is the only thing reminding you that there is an escape, that there is more than this. These people are sweet, but you think, This crowded club has already gotten old. Yet, it's what keeps us together. And they are what keep you together. So, yeah, okay, full circle. I like this. Thank you for having me some more.
Of course. And I would be remiss if I did not do justice for you. So here we go. Our featured performer this evening was Mix J. Mix J is a full-time artistic and exhausting experience. Maker, drag, performer, poet, dancer, and all-around show-off, Z is delighted to make art other people enjoy. A poet since 2011, Mix J hosts 3 open mics monthly, has released 1 round of their first poetry book, which Z made from scratch himself. You almost got me on that one. And has ambitions to dedicate more time to publishing this year. If you'd like to get connected for more of their art and events, please follow them at m.x.x.x.j on Instagram or connect with them in person after the mic. I apologize about that. I got you. Always. And so it kind of gives context to the XXX in your name. Is that where that comes from? The Zizms there? No, it's just sex. Oh. It's always just sex. Always. Please give it up one more time for Mix J. You guys have a good evening? Yeah. Oh, don't look sad because it's almost over. Well, listen, we are here every second Friday of the month right here at Denver Community Media, and there are so many beautiful faces. Each of you are beautiful faces. I'm going to make eye contact. Thank you all so much for being here. Now, before we get out of here, of course. Oh yeah, my name is Sarah Day. Thank you so much. I'd be forgetting to say, "Hey guys, my name is." Literally, you should see me when I do shows. I'm like, yeah. So I just want to do a couple last minute notes for the people in the back. Please give a big shout out to the people in the back. Did you guys hear that, people in the back? Okay, he said thanks. Perfect. Everybody did such an amazing job this evening, so thank you again for sharing what makes your voice sacred. And I really, truly hope to see you all again, those recurring faces. It just means the world to us, truly. We do have this QR code. I see Mickey J scanning it back there. On the QR code, you can sign up to be a monthly donor. Our open mics are free and always will be. We promise you that. But we still appreciate and need your support. Now, this open mic costs $580 every month to put on, and currently we have $60 in monthly donations. Now, every little bit gets us closer to having this event be fully community funded by you lovely individuals here and those who are streaming. Give $5 a month and know that your money goes to supporting the local artists that make our community great. Now, we also do poetry workshops, more so targeted towards, educators, and we do have facilitators for those. And for our poetry workshops, we target schools with the majority of students in the free or reduced lunch program. We never turn away a school for lack of funds. We want every student to get a good arts education, which is only possible with your support. As I mentioned earlier, we served just over 1,000 people in our workshops and open mics last year. So we're not planning to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. That's just how it goes. And I also wanted to mention, did you know that Sacred Voices has partnered with Canva? Y'all make noise for that. Okay. All right. Yes, that Canva. We made 120 poetry templates to celebrate National Poetry Month. Happy National Poetry Month, by the way. Yeah, legit. Please check out the link in our bio on social media to check out what it is that we created. Tag and share your creations with us. We have some poetry challenges and whatnot that you can use the templates for. So please feel free to do that. We have a poetry workshop tomorrow at Columbine Library from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. And guess what? It's free. And you're free. There might be some other people that are free too. You don't got to spend a dime. Yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed the evening. I'm tempted to do the oohs and ahs again, but instead I'll say, can I get a woo? Can I get a woo woo? Can I get a all right? And with that being said, you all have a lovely evening. Thank you so much. My name is Sarah Day. I'll see you next time. Have a great night.